Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Honey and this is the makings of me. Now if you haven't seen any of my other videos, go check them out. I'm going to be on here talking about self-love and how I got started. I feel like this is going to be a personal video where you can get to know me and love me for me. Let's get into it.
Understand your trauma, girl. I tapped into the real you. You've been through a lot just like me, so I feel you. I can't be your band-aid, them bad days will kill you. Them other guys just listen when I touch on you. I heal you. I heal you. You don't need no alcohol.
Alright guys, since you're here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for future videos in the future. If you like this content and you like me and you want to see more of me talking like this, or you want to see me showing you the things that I'm doing to improve self-love on myself, don't be afraid to leave a comment and hit that like button, okay? And subscribe, okay? Let's get into it. Now I'm here because I had to make some changes in my life. Now, I haven't really been posting because the type of environment that I was in, I was more so focused on changing my environment. Like, the people I was around, they were family members, which I'm just saying they're family members so you can just get to know the story. But now that I'm in a newer environment, I'm living on my own by myself, with someone else that I claim as someone I can really, start to build with. A lot of things has changed. A lot of things has been set in motion. And I've been doing a lot of things different. From my previous videos, I put out a video talking about the butt stimulator. In the video, I'm talking about how, what exercises I will be doing to, build my butt. Now, I did get to the point where my butt is rounder. I will have future videos on that. Now, my butt is rounder, but I'm still working on it, so it's not at its finishing look. And I'll probably never be finished working on it because I want to continue to, work on myself and work on my body. So that was my goal behind that. So I started off, doing squats in-house, on the floor, standing up. I can show you that probably in the next video. And, just slowly building my muscles back after having my child. Now, my child is 4 years old. I do remember when I was pregnant, the doctor was telling me, she's seeing that I was a person that was easy to talk to, that was willing to learn. So she just kept giving me advice on stuff like that. And I can show you now, if you can see my stomach, there's no stretch marks at all. Because she told me that before my baby bump started showing, in the pregnancy, that I need to find me a good lotion or a good oil or something to put on my stomach so that when it starts to stretch out, after the after effects of the stretch marks doesn't rip, it doesn't show, which creates stretch marks basically. So what I found was shea butter and cocoa butter. So as I continued to see my stomach formed a little bump, every day after I got out the shower, every morning I would rub that shea butter and that cocoa butter on to the point where it's shining, till I seen it shining, because I wanted to make sure there was no damages afterwards. And she helped me with that. Also, she helped me by telling me, you need to understand this, 3 years after you have your baby, that's when your body starts to set after the baby is born. So now that my child is 4, and before that, I wasn't really working out quite as much, but I was doing just little exercises like I told you in the beginning of this video, to build my strength back in my arms. I lost strength in my arms. I was not holding my baby like that. And then also was walking a lot, and then I was doing I was fasting a lot to the point, I'll say about 3 days. And what really promoted me to fast, y'all, was because the people I was around, it just got to a point with certain family members that I noticed the hate and the I don't like you for me was so real. This shit was surreal, to the point where I didn't want to eat nothing they cooked, because it got to a point where I'm steady seeing hair in my food. I'm steady seeing little, I'm just one of those people that's picky. So I'm going to check my food, check my drink, anything that I'm given, because that's just me. That's what I'm going to do. I make sure I'm just picky like that. If I didn't prepare it, I know it ain't, I'm going to check it. So it got to that point. So that's what helped me really fast a lot because the people that was preparing the food and stuff like that. And then on top of it, I got to the point where I got tired of eating that food. Like foods like all that meat, all that extra seasoning, the way they cook the vegetables. It was to a point where like being a new and first time mom, it's like I don't want my child to think this is okay. I don't want my child to get no hereditary diseases, because when I started looking up hereditary and as I was pregnant, she kept asking me, even after I had my child, they kept asking me stuff like about my family history. And that got me to wonder, like, why you keep asking about my family history? Like my baby gonna have the same thing when clearly his father is of a different gene. But then the doctor explained to me, like, to be honest with you, is because what we're asking for is like, because usually when you're born in a certain family and you do certain things at a certain time every day, you pick up on those habits, like the eating habits, the way they cook their food and stuff like that. So it is hereditary by choice, depending on how you raise your child. So all this information I'm getting from the doctors and stuff, and then me putting my child in different schools and stuff, and also having, like, because I lived in the state of Minnesota where you can have a at-home nurse, like the nurses visiting and stuff like that. So I had extra help. Like the nurse would visit while I was pregnant, and then even after my baby was born, I still had that same nurse. Her name was Joy. And surprising, she was pregnant too, but she was a surrogate, and that was crazy. She was telling me about that too. So she was telling me stuff and asking me questions like, what do you want for your child and stuff. So I still got those papers to this day. I saved all those papers and I read it every day to make sure I'm still on track with what I want for my child. And then that's how I got most of this information. This is really what started me on my journey, because like I moved to a different state when I got pregnant to just have a better life for my child. And then I actually moved back with some family members that I should never have moved back with, and I'm so glad that I moved away this year of 2024, because it was just all surreal for me. So that's what started me on my journey. Shit, what I can tell you is I'm just thankful I'm not done. So these two family members that came from the same vagina I came from, they're females on top of that. And just to be honest with you, let me just say this. Like growing up, like I'll say about sixth grade and up, I always had a problem with a motherfucking female. Like, not all y'all, I'm just talking about the ones whose emotions is unbalanced. Like that shit is surreal. Like as a grown woman, at some point, it's every woman's journey, it should be a motherfucking choice at this point. Like they don't have schools for this, but because y'all not gonna hear this probably unless you looking for this information. As a woman, it's gonna come to a point where you realize that I just want to be a motherfucking woman. And when you realize that, you're gonna realize that it is very important for everybody. I mean, if you are born with a vagina, it is very important that you go seek emotional intelligence. Unbalancing your emotion, go to therapy, whatever you need to do to understand how the fuck you feel, basically. Because it's very important for every woman. Otherwise, you're going to be all over the place. Your reaction is going to be like, it's going to be unreal. Like the stuff most women react to and the energy they put in it, and it's just for a moment in time, they be like, yeah, you need to go seek that help. So I'm just giving you that advice right there. So, like damn near like all my life, I say in sixth grade I had a problem with this girl. Her name was Erica Sullivan. Every time I looked up, this girl tried to get me in trouble in sixth grade, like for real. Like I'm gonna get to the story of why I moved, but let me just tell you why I always had a problem with some type of female. And I always hung out with the boy. I was like a little tomboy and I was a little girl, because I noticed that as a kid, and this is just me as a kid observing, like all the girls, all they want to do is just sit and talk about the boys, sit and try to look pretty, or they have some type of nasty ass comment to say about the next little girl. So that's why I was always playing with the boys, because they didn't do that. They would play, they'll be roughhousing, they'll talk about everything in the world. That's why I was mainly hanging out with boys. But this girl, I don't even know how it started or why it started, but I just felt like every time I went to school, like she was in most of my class, she always had something to say to me. She always had to voice her opinion. It's like, damn, like when you realize like a motherfucker dislike you so much, it's just sad. Like, but I stood my ground. It was one time, y'all, where I don't know how she did it. She said I spit on her. So I'm in the principal office, and I don't know why the fuck I'm in the principal office, because just know at this time I was always going to the principal office because this girl's reporting to the principal that I'm fucking with her. So by this time I'm in the principal office, don't know why. 6th grade in the principal office, and they thinking I'm a bad child. And, I'm already in a social worker's class because my grandma reported that my mama wasn't in my life. So when you start your kids all fucked up when you tell the school that, because then it follows you for the rest of your life, and you're gonna see how. So in 6th grade, my grandma, because my grandma was taking care of me, my mom was not in my life, she was in and out of my life. And she told them, so we had to go visit the social worker called Miss McCutcheon. So because I was in there, the principal, Miss Barrett, didn't really believe me because I'm constantly getting into it with this girl, or I had an attitude problem at that, but I wasn't like a bad child. It was just like, I just wasn't gonna take no shit. I was one of those kids that was, yeah, I'm quiet, but try me. And every time a bitch tried me, they saw. So this particular girl, she just kept being at it. And at the time, I didn't know how to control my reactions, because I'm like, I'm a sure bitch not to fuck with me. That's when I was young, right? Some of the principal officers don't know why. Miss Barrett, I'm trying to explain to Miss Barrett, I don't know why I'm in here. She steady trying to make it seem like you know why you in here. You remember the girl Erica? You spit on her. Spit on her? What do you mean spit on her? And this is like, I'm telling y'all, school was out, y'all. School was out. The bell rang, everybody ready to go home. So her mama came up there, my grandma came up there, Miss Barrett called everybody. And she talking about I spit on her. I don't know how this bitch did it, but in my head, she must have took her shirt off, spat on the back of her shirt, pulled some water on her shirt, whatever it was, and went and told that I spat on her, leaving the building for 6th grade, right? And I'm mad at my motherfucking bitch like this. So when I finally see the bitch in the office, my grandma right there, the mama wasn't gonna get like, my grandma was a different breed. My grandma would cuss and everything. Miss Bear don't like cussing and stuff, but my grandma was cuss, so she can cuss however she wants to. But even if she was talking calm, my grandma would cuss. So she was cussing and stuff. And I'm telling her, Grandma, I did not spit on this girl. My grandma believed me. I've been telling her she didn't bother me, and I'm constantly getting in trouble at school because of this little ass girl. Bitch said I spit on her and I got in trouble for that. Basically, her name was Erica. She was an annoying ass redhead, like light-skinned ass, dumb ass bitch. She was a mixed bitch too. Then after 6th grade, we moved to Iowa, right? I moved with my mama finally. I'm thinking my mama was going to start us off with a new life. I finally got the house I wanted, because I always ask God, please let me live with my mama and have a house with stairs. That's all I asked for. We finally got a house with stairs. Y'all, I don't know what happened, but nobody liked us at that school, me and my twin sister. And I come to find out it's because of my second oldest sister, the Devil 2. I'm just call her Devil 2. Because she's the second oldest. I don't want to use her name in my video. The type of person I am, I just like to disassociate myself from those type of people and make their ass nameless so there won't be so much energy given to these type of people. It's just like me showing, like, just Devil 2. It's because she was running back saying stuff, like she was a traitor from jump, like just like even from like my early school years, like from 1st to 6th grade, like she would trade on us, like for anybody on the outside. And my grandma kept trying to tell her, my mama tried to, everybody in the family tried to tell her, you don't go against your family for the outsider, and you got to come home to these people. Like just basically trying to explain to her how the world works. But I guess, because you don't have a mother at home, I guess you pick up what you pick up outside, right? So I can't really blame her. I just knew not to move a certain way with the hoe. We moved to Iowa, and I'm in 7th grade now. Like, nobody likes us in the school. None of the females, basically. All the dudes want to hang out with us. It's just because, basically, I'm just talking about my son. I'm going to bring my twin sister up. But basically because, again, I don't like hanging out with females because, again, in my eyes, all they want to do is sit there and look pretty. It's motherfuckers putting on makeup. It's motherfuckers talking about the next female. It's people that just want to sit there and not do nothing. I'm more active. I'm trying to get to it. Like, I'm a risk taker. I'm trying to get to do. I'm like, I need to move and do something. Instead, I tried it already. All you want to do is sit here and talk about boys and all that, and then you want to get mad at the next female, because this is just me describing what I'm seeing in 7th and 8th grade. You want to get mad at the next female because you like a boy, and he's talking to the next female, and you never let the female know that, hey, I like him. but then you realize the boy don't like the person that likes them. They like somebody else, and you get mad at them because the boy is having more of a conversation with that person more than you person like. For the story, it was a new bitch that moved to this town. Now, this was my first fight ever in life. Now, I never fought the girl Erica ever in life. So when I get to 8th grade out there in Iowa, it was a girl named Kytrell. We outside playing at recess and stuff. And next thing you know, she muffs my twin sister like her. She muffs my twin sister like her hands is like this. She put it on her face like this and muffed my twin sister. I saw that. Me and my so-called friend, her name was Ashley. I saw that. And I'm just standing there like, This is after we ate lunch and everything. You go to recess, right? So now we standing in line ready to go back in. And I'm just talking to my friend Ashley now. Kytrell and my sister is behind us. And I'm like, ain't no way in hell bitch gonna muff me. Like, we just talking shit, me and Ashley. And we laughing too, but we really talking shit like I'm really on that. Like, and I'm mad at my sister. Like, why would you let a bitch muff you? I don't give a fuck what it is or what you talking about. Or if a bitch want to hear, because she was basically saying that my twin sister is annoying. What she talking about is annoying. If she annoying, at the end of the day, because I asked her, like, if she's annoying, why the fuck are you talking to her? Why are you even trying to be her friend? Why are you even around? Because she was a new girl, so she went to our group. She wanted to be a part of our group because we was the 3 girls that nobody liked it, right? Me, my twin sister, and Ashley, right? We the girls that nobody liked, right? So, me and Ashley again talking shit in line, and we just talking shit. So she get mad, and Kytrell gets mad, and she huffs and puffs. So a day later, I had to fight the girl because she gets mad at me and starts talking shit. Now, mind you, like, when we go to Iowa, nobody likes us because, again, we don't like to, me or Ashley likes to sit and talk with the other girls. We like to do our own thing, talk to the boys. Like, we not trying to be a part of no clique. It was more of a, if you in this clique, and I'm a free spirit. So I guess, again, that's why people don't like me in this era. So I'm not trying to be a part of no clique, because in the clique, you got to talk, move, walk, think like the next bitch, and people can't control me, and I'm a free spirit. You can't control me. People can't control me, and I'm a free spirit. You can't control me. So next thing you know, Kytrell starts hanging out with another group of girls that didn't like us. There was some ugly ass bitches and shit, like for real, because of they personality to me. That's why they was ugly. And we in lunch, right? I'm out of my business at breakfast. No, it's breakfast. We eating breakfast. I'm eating cereal, and next thing you know, Kytrell is over there at the next table. So let me tell y'all how close the tables was. My table right here is like a circle lunch table with the benches connected. Me, Ashley, and Twin sitting right here eating our cereal with a couple white girls at the other side of the table. We over here, right? And then their table is right there, and they talking loud as hell. Like, we mind our business, we laughing hard as hell. Like, that's what we do. Like, we just a funny group. We want to laugh, we want to kick it and stuff like that, and we just mind our business. But they talking loud as hell, letting everybody know. Like, everybody in the lunchroom just mind their business, so they hear their ass, talking. Like, that's why I don't like them. That's why nobody likes them 3 girls, especially the twins, because they always talking shit. They always got a problem. They just making up shit on why they don't like us, right? Or why explain it to Kytrell, this is why other people don't like them. And then Kytrell explained it to them that this is why I don't like them, because they sitting there talking shit while we in line and stuff, talking so why I point for her sister. I don't like her sister because she don't know how to talk. She's annoying and stuff like that. All this extra shit, right? When we looked at her, me, Ashley, and my sister, I just looked at them bitches, and they stopped what they was doing to look, because basically they was trying to get our attention anyway. So when I finally looked over there like this, that's when she stopped her conversation. She get up out her mouth, she get off from the bench, and she put her hands on the table like this. And she said, "What you gonna do?" And she was this close to me. Like, I'm minding my business. Like, I ain't a threat to nobody until you get in my face, in my bubble, or it's like basically just egging me on. And as soon as the bitch did that, I don't know what came over me. The spirit of hell came over me. And I basically just grabbed that bitch by, like, I literally got up. I don't know, it was just so fast. I don't even know how I got my feet from under the table. I literally just grabbed that bitch by the neck and I pushed her ass into that motherfucking wall, and I held her ass up like this. Next thing you know, I don't know, it was a guy came over, he was like, what the fuck is you doing? Next thing you know, I let her go. Next thing that bitch swung and we got to fight. And the teacher didn't have to break us up. Now everybody, and from that thing on, I just knew I was fucking crazy because even I had like about 10 teachers trying to calm me down. But when you get me that motherfucking hype like that, somebody gotta, it's like, I have to learn this in therapy so y'all can understand. And I'll tell you after a while I went to therapy. So, like, I was so hyped, it took me to calm me down. Like, the teachers was holding me, they trying to stop me from moving. Bitch, you can't, when I'm that, bitch, drag. And I'm literally trying to get to the bitch dragging. I got motherfuckers on my leg. I got motherfuckers holding, I got the male teacher trying to twist my wrist out. Bitch, I'm still moving in this. I gotta calm myself, like, cause I had so much anger from my mama not being there, from my sister steady trying me in the house, so like the type of shit I grew up in, like I tried to keep it calm, cool, and collected by being a quiet person going to school, but when that bitch stood to me and stepped to me like I wasn't shit, that's why I had to get up and choke her ass, and really, I wanted her. That's all I could see was get that bitch. So I went to the principal's office. The next time I had to fight this bitch, we in school. Somehow my business. Everybody went to class. The bell didn't rung. The bell is finna get ready to ring, so everybody rushed to class. That's how trained Iowa was, okay? And we went to the first middle school that was built. It was around the time. It's called Aldo Leopold Middle School. I remember that school. It was just built, and we started going there. So we was the first group of kids that went there as 8th graders. So I'm just standing there, everybody in class by now. It was about, I'll say about a minute before the bell rang. Everybody in class. That's how good the school was. I'm in my locker, man, my business. Now, Kytrell locker is right next to mine. Like, she had her jacket wrapped around her waist. You know how you wrap something around your waist and you fold the arms? Now, that bitch catwalking past you. Now, I already don't, once I claim you as my enemy, or I know in my head you my enemy, as I claim you as my enemy, you can blow some air on me, you throw something at me, I'm on that with you. That's just how I was as a child. Because I was already angry. I just told you why. I had too much shit built up into me, trying to behave like a nice child, get to be school years, and go on about my life. So I'm out of my business in my locker, just in my locker looking for my shit, putting my shit up, getting my book for my next class, trying to get the next book for the next class. So that's just how I was. I wanted to have 2 sets for both classes. I just wanted to be prepared because I'm not going to my locker and it was taking too long to open a locker. That's just how I looked at it. She has her jacket on. She walked past me one time. Now I'm watching her at the corner of my eyes. She walked past me to my right side, right? And then her locker's on my left, so she comes back again. And I was just saying in my head, this bitch jacket touched me, and she touched me because she's trying to she's trying to provoke me, like she's trying to get a reaction out of me. And at that time, I couldn't control my reactions. So I didn't move yet until she walked past me that third time, walking towards my right, and her jacket hit my motherfucker. Like, you know how the jacket just swing in the wind? She purposely made that and bitch, we got to motherfucking fight in it, bitch. And then next thing you know, we started a riot. They said we started a riot at that school. And I had to be suspended. My sister had to be suspended. Like, they tried to make it seem like we started a riot, and after that, the school paid for me to go to therapy because, again, in my background, I had to meet with the social worker there, whatever you call them, motherfuckers, to ask you how you feel and how your week going, anything. Like, it was like a therapy session at school. I don't know what you call them, motherfucker. And at that school, her name was Miss White. When I was in elementary, her name was Miss McCutcheon. She was a black lady, Miss McCutcheon. Miss White was a white lady with white hair. And I thought that's why they called her Miss White. So I guess I have to go to therapy now because Miss White wasn't helping. Because anytime I go to therapy, she'll ask me the questions, I'll go through it and shit like that. I guess she wasn't helping. So when I finally go to therapy, y'all, I asked that lady one question. Like, she made us write a letter to ourselves. And then I swear to God, that bitch mailed them letters out to us. When did I get that letter? When I was 21. I didn't even understand how she found my address. But she mailed that shit out to us at 20, and I read that shit. boy, that shit made me cry because at the time, the mass that I was in compared to the mass that I was in at that age, like that shit was crazy. I wrote a letter to my younger self, and future self at the same time. So I forgot her name though, but I asked that lady who's in there. She really helped me a lot because she understood that it was a white lady. She understood that my mother wasn't there and stuff like that. She would come get us from our house and stuff like that and take us up there. It was a few people from that school that would come get us. Like back in the day, I don't know if they got it now, but I guess with my son, with them having a nurse come and shit, I hope they still had that type of program for people like us. I asked her one question. I was like, therapy lady, because I don't know her name. I forgot her name. I said, when you see, my only problem is, when you see your enemy in the same room as you, what do you do? Because I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a mother to teach me this. My grandma wasn't able to teach me this because all she telling you is who gives a fuck. Like, that's how she was. Who gives a fuck what people think? That's just how my grandma was. But she never really, detailed in her conversation. So the lady is like, you just ignore them like they're not even there. And when she told me that shit, y'all, boy, to this day, you can't tell me shit. A bitch I don't like can walk in the room. That bitch would be mad as fuck because she can't get a reaction out of me. It took her just to put it like that for me to get it, y'all. For real. Now, when I got to high school, really was no problems because I kept switching. Like, I went to school, I'd probably say, like, I went to high school, like, the 4 years I was in different states because my grandma passed when I was 17. So I'll say the first time I was with my grandma, second time with my mom, then grandma, and then back with my mom. Okay, so the last year I finished in Minnesota. So high school I ain't really had no problems with nobody because I was always switching throughout the year. When I got to Minnesota, it was like a different energy, different climate of people, and they weren't really on that. But as I got older, it was like in the work field when I had problems with females and shit. Like, it's like every time a female was a boss or the supervisor, it's like, and they man worked there or they just was insecure, whatever the fuck was going on. But you could tell a bitch was insecure because it's like, you steady moving me around because you like these dudes over here. No, that's just what I got. Okay, you like this dude over here. Now, when I figured out what dude they like, and I looked at him like, bitch, that ain't my type. And you steady trying to give me a hard time, move me over here, not schedule me here, like, and then make me lose my job, lying and saying I did this. So this is why I like to try to pursue different avenues where I can, make my money and feed my child. Because if I got to go through this for the rest of my life, for real, because that don't make no fucking sense. It don't. Like, people's emotions be all over the place, and it's affecting, like, people, and they don't even know it. And I'm one of them people like, bitch, your emotions and me can't feed my child. Now that's, you really going down for it. That's just how I think. But anyways, let's get to it. Now these two people, now these are family members. Devil 2 and Devil 1. Devil 1 is the oldest out of us. Devil 2 is the second oldest. And let me tell you, I feel like I'm glad I'm away from them. I'm so glad I'm away from them. Now, I got mad at myself when I started to really work on myself, and it was really mainly before I had my child. I started to work on myself. I'll say I was 22 going on 23, and I started to really just work on myself, and the change just started happening. Then I found out I was pregnant. I was thankful because it's like, this is probably why I'm being blessed. But other people got their own reasons of why people get pregnant. Oh, you had sex and shit like that. And that's why. Okay, so, but at the same time, I was working on myself way before my child came. And I was living with Devil 1 and Devil 2. And my other sister, my twin, was there too. Devil 1 had got her house. Her daddy bought her house. And we was living there, and it was a peaceful time and stuff like that. But I started to see myself change after having my child. Like, it was like more of, I felt like, just me looking back on it, I felt like the energy was a lot different because, I was a first time mom, and motherfuckers wanted to be around my baby and stuff like that. But then also they didn't want to be around my baby because, it was my baby. You don't like a person, it's going to show up regardless, And I started to see how motherfuckers treat my baby. Like, he could be a baby and shit, crying and shit, and motherfuckers try to come in and take the baby and stuff like that. Y'all, just looking back on that shit really is irritating. It really did piss me off just talking about it. But yeah, let's get to the story of why I moved in 2024. Like, I always had a problem with Devil One. Like, since I was 9 years old, this bitch had a problem with me. Like, I remember, like, just acting like I thought I was looking up to a bitch the whole time. A bitch hated me. So as I got older and older, I started to see this, and I started to distance myself from it. Like, anytime me and her would get in a fight, or we'll have like a clash, or we have words, like when I was younger, and now, like, I had to fist fight this bitch. Like, out of all the sisters, I'm fist fighting this girl. Like, this bitch really had a hate for me. Like, every time I looked up, I remember one time I seen her cleaning her Nikes. Like, back in the day, they used to wear like Nikes, black Nikes, or Timberland boots, and she had some white Nikes, and I seen her put some powder on them, and like, she cleaned them real good. I had mentioned that in such a sisterly way, because I'm just looking up to her like, wow, she cleaned her shoes and made it look real good. I said, and all I said was, girl, you put powder on your shoes in front of her friends Donica and Jasmine. That bitch jumped, like, I mean, I'm just mad at that bitch jumped on me, like, and started wailing on me and just fighting me. And ever since then, I just never liked it, the bitch. I just never liked it. And she want to claim that she don't understand why. Bitch, because you're showing me that you don't like me, and I don't like you. Like, you never gave me a chance. It don't matter what I said out of my mouth. Every time, like, say if I liked a song, I could say, like, for example, Anne Marie song, Pain That Never Looked This Good. I had tried to play that in the car. You know, that song is recent. Like, recently I tried, I'm just giving you an example of how this bitch is. I played that song in the car. Every time I played a song, I said something, a bitch would try to cut me off or cause it's her car. She feel like cause it's her car, but she don't do that to the other sisters, right? So I'm peeping game. So I'm playing a song, they literally asked me, she literally said, Twin, you got a song you want to play? So I played the songs that I like to listen to. So I played Anne Marie, Pain That Never Looked This Good. It got to, like, I'll say 40 seconds before this bitch turned it off, changed it, and had to, you know, she always got something to say. I always got to label what I got going on something because she's stupid. So nobody want to listen to that sad ass music. Let's put my Devil 2. You ain't got no songs where you can put on some hype songs, because that's the mood I'm in. And she turned it off. Next thing you know, I promise y'all, to God, I put both of my hands up to him. I'll say about 2 months later, we get in the car and, you know, we going out. I'm going out because it's other people gonna be on her. I don't fuck with her. So I thought Devil 2 and me was gonna be cool, but we never was either. So it's us three going out. So we go out, and I'll say 2 months later, she playing this same song, Anne Marie, Pain That Never Looked This Good. And she played the song all the way through, and she bumping and jamming to it. It's like a bitch never wanted to give me my credit. Never. It's getting to an hour, so it might be a part 2 on this, because I want to split these videos out. But they never want to give me my credit. And or it'll be like, I can get some new information. Like, you know how you the smartest motherfucker in your house? That was me. The smartest motherfucker in the house. And I'm trying to bring Devil 1 and Devil 2 some information on, like, say if it was YouTube, and I get some information, like, because, you know, if I'm on YouTube, you know, they steady sending me stuff like, hey, we updated this, we updated that, you need to post this, you need to get to this goal and stuff. So when I got information on YouTube and stuff like that, I would go up to them and try to tell them, like, and guess what Devil 1 would do? Girl, I don't want to hear that, like, try to shut me down. Like, every time I spoke or said something, a bitch trying to shut me down. Like, I ain't had shit to say, but then come back a month later, a week later, 4 days later. Do you have any information on YouTube? And then that's when, at this age that I am now, that's when I started realizing, like, this bitch keeps trying to shut me down and come back to me months later or 2 weeks later, 2 days or days later, and try to ask me the same information I tried to tell them willingly. I got to a point where it's like, nah, I don't know. I just stopped engaging with a motherfucker, because this shit is so real. Like, every time I look up, you're showing me you don't like me, and then next thing you know, I'm fist fighting your dumb ass because you and your feelings about something. Like, for example, me and Devil 2 could be, like, me and Devil 2, we can always get in an argument, because, you know, that's how sisters is, and we can, you know, make up and kiss up later. Every time Devil 2 and I got in an argument, Devil 1 would try to jump in, throw her 2 cents in, throw how she don't like me in such a way. And it'd be like, she'll jump in the conversation, and I'll just look at her like she fucking dumb, and then continue my conversation with Devil 1. Now, in my younger days, I used to be like, why you always gotta say? I used to always try to engage with the bitch in such a nasty ass way, because it's like, this is the energy you giving off to me, and now and then it'll turn into like, in my younger days, they'll turn, once I engage with her, now this bitch got a reason to fist fight me, because, you know, again, she never really had a point in the first place to even be mad at me, other than she wanted me not to be me. And it was so clear as day. Everybody said, I'm telling you, every nigga that I talked to said it. Any friends that I brought to the house said it. You need to get the fuck away from your sisters, Devil 1 and Devil 2, because they hate on you hard as fuck. Well, y'all, that's all the time for this video. Come back to view the next video where I talk about my life story, so y'all can get a hint on why I am the way I am today. Again, my name is Honey, and this is the makings of me. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know if you've been in these situations, and we can grow together, baby. Sir, lady, we can grow together. All right, peace out. My name is Honey, and this is the makings of me.